Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to cover a channel called Travel Freely. They have 144 subscribers. This video has 12 whole likes. It's labeled WSP, Washington State Police, I'm assuming. Crooks at it again, robbery in progress, pulled over in Burley, Washington. This is going to be a sovereign citizen. You are going to hear all of the regular sovereign citizen terms. It's a short 6-minute video. And then he made a part 2. Covering what he got from the incident. Enjoy.
Yes, sir.
You go ahead and roll down your window. I can't really talk to you through the window. So I'm going to ask you one more time.
Yes, sir.
Would you be willing to let me have your license, registration, proof, insurance?
I can leave you anything you want as long as you answer my questions, which you haven't done yet.
So let's just get this straight. Hendrick v. Maryland doesn't say the state can require you to have a driver's license only if they answer your questions first. That's not how the Supreme Court interpreted that. That's not how that piece of case law works. So right off the bat, this guy's talking out of his ass.
Okay, it says driver is a motor operator of a motor vehicle. So FYI, you are a driver of the vehicle.
A driver is an operator of a motor vehicle. Is that the legal definition or is that some statute
The
definition?
Merriam-Webster dictionary definition.
Merriam-Webster. Okay, I'm talking about law dictionary. Look at Black's dictionary,
My law dictionary
Bovier's.
says
Your
that.
dictionary doesn't apply for law.
So I'm going to be petty, like I usually am when it comes to sovereign citizens. So Black's Law Dictionary says something along the lines of, driver is one employed in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horse, mule, can't see it because I'm blocking the screen, other animals, or a bicycle, tricycle, or motor car. Remember the word employed. If you go Google the definition of the word employ, it means to make use of something. So yes, sir, you are a driver because you're currently making use of your motor vehicle or your motor car. Sorry to debunk you. It was really that easy.
Okay.
You should know
I'm going to
that.
ask you one more time. Your
Okay.
questions are not anything that I care to answer right now.
Okay.
You can answer those questions
So there's
yourself, it
no
sounds
probable cause. You're committing a conspiracy here.
like. So,
You know that? You're acting outside of your personal capacity, and you're outside of your jurisdiction. Because you're acting in your own capacity as a tax revenue agent under the tax lien law of 1966.
So if you guys want to, go ahead and pause the video, zoom in. The Tax Lien Act of 1966 is shockingly not applicable in this situation.
So now you have no more good
you say
faith.
you were an attorney?
Well, I'm not
Are
a
you a
practicing attorney. That's not relevant for
Okay.
today's case.
Well, it is relevant because you don't obviously have the legal
No,
rights to be
I
telling
do.
me that.
Oh, believe me, I do. Trust me. Look up the law dictionary. I'm telling you.
Go ahead and hop out.
For what? Have I committed a crime?
Well, currently I'm about to arrest you for obstruction if you don't let me see your license. Or
Obstruction?
give me your information. Yeah, it's basically a law or statute that says that I can arrest you based on the fact that you're obstructing my legal duties currently.
Okay, but you're acting in a personal capacity. You're not. You're impersonating a peace
I'm
officer.
operating under the state of Washington. Right?
Has there been a breach of the peace?
There has. You're going in a 60.
That's not a breach of the peace. You should know that. You're acting in your own personal
I'm gonna ask you
capacity.
one more time.
You're not going to have the protections of the
more
normal
time.
protections.
This is serious. Last chance. May I see your license?
You might-
Proof of insurance?
Give me my ID. I'm going to give you my ID here.
Okay.
You can't presume that I'm operating a motor vehicle because of the license plate.
Okay.
This is not a motor vehicle. This is personal property.
Can I ask
You
you a
don't
question?
consider a Ford F-350 Super Duty pickup a vehicle?
It's not a motor vehicle according to the statutes. This is personal property.
So I make this joke all the time. My guy, your F-350 has a motor, therefore it is a motor vehicle. Your motor vehicle is not a damn toaster. It's not personal property. It's not a microwave on wheels. It's not a toaster. It is a vehicle, a motor vehicle.
I agree that it is your property.
Okay.
However, what drives the car? What makes the car run? Would you say it's a motor?
It's an engine.
An engine, also known as a motor? Fair
No,
enough.
a motor is an electrical motor. Motor and engines are different.
Motor is a combustion engine.
No, it
It
isn't.
makes a vehicle.
No, it isn't. A motor is an electrical motor. Here you go. That goes with that.
Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Okay. Do you do this every time you get stopped?
That's what I do.
Okay. So were you
And
beating us into stopping you
I've
then?
gone to court and it's had all been thrown out
Hey, I doubt it.
every time.
That's good. Good for you. Okay, hang tight for me. Right back with you, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have a date of birth on here.
There doesn't need to be one.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court said that the state can require you to have a driver's license, which means a state-issued driver's license, which would have a date of birth and a whole lot of other information. Not a random document you bought from a Sovereign Citizen Guru Facebook page or a random website on the internet. He has a fake private plate on the back of his car, his toaster with wheels, if you will. Yes, that is not the same thing as a driver's license. Sorry.
Okay. Let me see.
Mind if we look at your VIN, sir?
There's no need.
Right.
Okay, this is not a valid government ID as far as I'm concerned.
Doesn't need to be a
all
government
made.
ID.
It does.
No, there doesn't.
All right, hang tight for me.
There's
Or
no
your
law
advice go to
requiring any.
Washington,
There's
it
no
does.
law according to anybody to carry ID. There's no
When
law.
You're driving your engine power.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Driving is a technical
you can travel
term.
all you want,
Driving is a technical
as long as
word.
you travel the speed limit while you're driving on the highways.
Okay, driving is a technical word.
Driving
If I
is
was a
also a
driver,
privilege in this state.
no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Driving is, but traveling isn't.
Right, you're driving.
No, I'm traveling.
You're driving.
Driving is a legal definition.
Exactly.
I'm not driving. Driving means you're getting paid to carry people or products for hire. That's the legal
You can't just
definition.
pick and choose RCWs to follow.
That's
It
not
doesn't
an
work that way.
RCW. That's a legal definition. Look it up on your computer. Go type in the legal definition of driver on your computer and tell me I'm a driver.
You are a driver. You're sitting in the driver's seat.
So
of the
you've
car.
never looked up the word driver on the computer for a legal
You can't
definition.
just look it up. Whatever you can't just look things up.
So it's not law?
No.
What are we going by then? Whatever?
You're driver. We follow the RCWs of Washington, which is the revised code of Washington.
Okay, those apply to drivers.
You are in the driver's seat
No,
of
I'm
a
not.
motor vehicle
This is-
operating on the highway.
This is not a driver. That's traveling. A driver is a legal definition of somebody who's getting paid to transport people or goods for hire. I'm
That's
not.
a commercial driver.
No, that's a driver. Look it
In a
up.
commercial capacity.
Yeah, look it up. A driver is anybody who's getting paid to drive.
Okay.
I'm not getting paid. I'm traveling.
Sit tight, okay?
Sure.
So that was the end of the word salad for the traffic stop. Now we get into part 2. It's only 41 seconds. He typed up a little bit at the beginning of this, so I'm going to read that and then play the video. I tried to stop and start video recording from an iPad to allow immediate uploading to a cloud and avoid a long 20-minute space with no activity. They gave me 2 tickets. Told me to go to court or have a warrant issued for my arrest. Common practice: show up, take care of your business, or face consequences. I told them I want to write tickets for them committing robbery and conspiracy, but they just walked off. I will include the ticket pics. First off, are you trying to report a knowingly false crime? Which I believe is in itself a crime. There was no robbery, and there was also no conspiracy. The officers were holding him accountable for his piss-poor actions and nonsensical conspiracy theories. The Supreme Court says something. The statutes of Washington say something, which statute just means a law enacted by the legislature, which that's what a statute is, sorry. He's trying to make that into some sort of conspiracy against him or stealing from him. That's just not the case. Now here comes the second part. I'm going to click off screen for a second to get to this. It says, WSP currently has a quota demand of 80% of all encounters must have an enforcement ticket, or officers could lose vacation time and experience other negative consequences. And he quotes motorists.org. Okay, so when you type in motorists.org, not motorists.org, you come to this: member-supported driver advocacy. Yeah. In my head, it's just kind of one of those trust me bro things. He points you to a website and doesn't tell you anything of how to get the information that he's finding. So I tried clicking around, going to states, going to, Washington here, and for something that he wants to say or make it seem like is so just easily accessible, I can't find any of that information that he just stated. So we're going to go with he made that shit up. So the first ticket our boy got here was a no valid operator's license. Shocker, he's a sovereign citizen. I would expect him not to have a valid ID. And now we got the second part, speeding 23 miles per hour over the limit, operating a motor vehicle without insurance, and failure to renew expired registration. Alright, so now we're going to read the end of this and correct it in real time. It says, once they had my name, they were able to find an expired registration somehow. Well, because if they have your name and they have your vehicle, they can find if it's registered or not. If it's not registered, it'll show up as expired or never registered. Shocker. I now realize that when I'm being threatened to be thrown in jail for not showing ID, therefore obstructing, I will confirm that no crime has been committed. Then I will politely ask for clarification by asking the following. I have not committed a crime. For a crime to exist, there must be an aggressor and a form of injury. That's the no victim, no crime fallacy that has been debunked multiple times. So if I understand you correctly, officer, you are telling me that if I sit here and invoke my Fifth Amendment right and choose not to show you ID because I have not committed a crime and there is no probable cause or cause of action, that you are going to create a crime, aggressively throw me in jail, charge me with a crime, label me a criminal, steal my money, steal my freedom, impound my personal property, and force me to pay more money to get it back. Force me by threats of force, that's a weird sentence, and imprisonment to waste my time in the courts without compensation, and to make this all happen, all I have to do is nothing. Then sit back and watch the show. And I'm the only one being charged with a crime as a criminal. Who is the aggressor? Who is injured? Who is really committing the crime here, officer? This is so stupid, it exceeds the limits of comprehending how far stupid can go. I would say news statistics could easily show me that we are at least 20,000 times more likely to be robbed by a cop than a criminal. All right, let me try to get my thoughts together. My brain kind of went numb while reading that stupidity. Yes, it's obstructing if you don't give over a state-issued driver's license because, well, the statutes of Washington say you have to, and the Supreme Court said the state can require you to have a driver's license. The Fifth Amendment angle, it's null and void. It's not applicable in this situation. You have to give over ID. There's definitely probable cause. You have a fake plate on the back of your car, and you are going 23 over the speed limit. That's pretty solid probable cause. The officers aren't going to create a crime by arresting you for obstructing, so that's, again, null and void. Let's see here. They're going to steal your freedom, steal your money. No, they're holding you accountable for your piss-poor life choices. They're going to impound your motor vehicle, not your personal property. Again, they're not taking the toaster out of your car and holding it for hostage and holding it for ransom. Yes, you get nothing. You are the one that's going to be charged as a criminal. Sucks to suck. Also, in my 31, about to be 32 years of life, I have never been robbed by a police officer. I've been pulled over a few times. I was speeding. So yes, I earned those tickets. Just like this guy earned those tickets by having a expired plate or expired registration, no insurance, no valid driver's license, and going 23 over. No one's stealing. They're just simply holding him accountable for the laws that he broke or the statutes he violated. Suck it, Mr. Criminal. You're a sovereign citizen. Your shit's been debunked for basically forever. Everyone have a good rest of your day. Don't be a sovereign citizen. Don't fall down this rabbit hole and ruin your life. Peace.